Oh my gosh, guys. Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to SpaceChem. My good lord, this boss did not want to die. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to time-lapse or just cut straight to when it dies. But oh my gosh, I've been recording for 36 minutes already, trying to get that solution to work, and just actually keep up with it to finally kill him. So, again, don't know if I time-lapse through it, don't know if I'm just going to cut it all out and we'll start right when he dies, but he's dead. Finally, he is dead. Quick overview. I overhauled the entire thing. I sent the hydrogens to the upper reactor. I had those get attached to the sigmas to make the bottom half of the dye molecules instead. And I sent the top half just straight to the final reactor. I had to reconfigure that last reactor to, instead of attaching hydrogens to everything, to just stick the two together and make the correct amount of bonds. It was, everything changed. There we go. Here's your story page, and you'll notice it's the very last one. And that's because the final area is just a boss fight. That's right, we are doing 2 boss fights in the same episode. Well, technically we kind of did most of the last one in the last episode, but you get the point. This is the final boss of SpaceChem's storyline. Let's see if I can beat him in one. We actually have a secret story page. Here you go. And, oh, shoot. Shog. I think that was the thing that was attacking us on the Atropo station. Actually did not mean to jump ahead. We actually have a... This is what the final training page was for. This boss fight is so complex, it got its own training page. It is very much a final boss. So, we are basically in command of the Prometheus, which is a gigantic starship owned by SpaceChem. It has been weaponized. We have a giant laser, we have a missile launcher, we have defensive thrusters to push ourselves to the left and to the right to dodge attacks. This is very much the most in-depth boss in the entire game. We are fighting a phantom battleship. We have to launch Omega missiles at it, and we create the missiles in this construct, which is the Omega missile launcher, aptly named. I believe the missiles will home in on it wherever it is. They're not the greatest at homing in, so we do have to kind of be in a line with it, but they will kind of swerve a little bit to the left and to the right to catch up with them. However, the Phantom battleship, because it's a Phantom, can go ahead and phase and make itself impossible to hit with the missiles. So we have to use our Sigma pseudo-benzene VGM laser blaster cannon thing to make it vulnerable again. When we have it locked, it also can't move, so the Omega missiles will have an easier time tracking it. And because stuff is going to be flying at us, we have to manage 2 lateral thrusters as well to push ourselves to the left and to the right to dodge. So that's the gist of it. To fire an Omega missile, we have to load it with element Omega and some hydrogen gas. To push ourselves left, we put hydrogen gas into this top pipe. To push ourselves to the right, we put hydrogen into this bottom pipe. Excuse me. To fire the Sigma pseudo-benzene, we have to actually make it and put it into this laser reactor, and just like with the giant bug back on Hypostasis 4, we have to put it, lay the pseudo-benzene down in this this area, and then pop a xenon into this lowermost pipe to fire the blast. Now, first things first, there's no xenon, so we have to forge that ourselves. we have to extract omega from this omega pseudoethylene that we made. From the sigma ethene, we have to, well, get the sigmas for the laser. We have to probably use hydrogen gas. I might actually use the hydrogen gas from this, from the sigma ethylene to control our lateral movement. But on a little bit of a side note, and actually something I find really cool, all of these molecules, these are the 3 molecules we had to make in the production levels back on Fleet AS. So kind of a neat little storyline integration in that before we were, we were just making all these molecules, but now we actually get to use them for something. Something I find kind of neat. Now, I would honestly not mind just firing Omega missiles like crazy. We do get to place down 5 whole reactors, which is going to be really nice. And trying to think here. Let's see, so obviously the omega from the pseudoethene goes into the missile launcher. I would like to send the hydrogen from the pseudoethene into the missile launcher as well, but that will require 2 reactors, because we do have this carbon atom that we have to send somewhere else. What I would like to do with said carbon is maybe mix it with the sigmas off the ethylene to make this little sigma carbon pair right here in the pseudobenzene. And that might work, because the idea for the laser I have is to make like halves of this pseudobenzene and then just stick the 2 halves together in the laser reactor, because you might as well use it. It is a fully functioning reactor after all. We will be getting excess hydrogen from the ethylene though, so maybe I pipe the extra hydrogen off of this guy into the lateral thrusters as well? Might be worth a shot. Fortunately, I forgot to push a little button on the timer I used to mark down when I killed the last boss, the big, horrible eyeball thing that we shot with colorful lasers. So it's a little bit off, but I have to keep reminding myself that the episode isn't 43 minutes long. That's just how long I've been recording for. So, alright. Let's start at the top and work our way down. Let's use a super bonder reactor for this guy. Omega has to go into pipe 2, so we will mark that off. And another super bonder to take the... Actually, I believe it will be like a little methane molecule that comes out of this guy. Or, not the upper output, the lower output. Here we go. Carbon, hydrogen. Yep, it's a methane. Alright. Now this is just to get it all to move as one synchronized unit. What this guy will ultimately do is just break down the methane into, come on now, there we go, into hydrogen gas, extracting the carbon from it. So then the carbon will flow into this super bonder reactor, if I can get the pipes to cooperate. out of the top of this guy will come hydrogen gas. And out of the bottom will come, gotta find sigma, will come these guys. Actually, we can probably just double bond them straight together. I spy one of my dogs moving across the room, so apologies if you hear her toenails on the floor. And, oh, actually, I completely forgot about the xenon. So, I don't know if I can divert hydrogen from the ethylene to go up into the lateral thrusters, which isn't that bad. I can just use a control to determine which way I go. But xenon is a high number. Yeah, it's element number 54. So I definitely don't want to make it out of just hydrogen, or I'm going to have to coat the entire reactor with flip-flop commands. Let's see, carbon is 6, right? Yeah. So 2 carbons would be 12. And the 4 hydrogens are 16. So 1 ethylene would compress into element 16, which I think is sulfur. 2 ethylenes would make 32. 48. That's pretty doable, actually. It'll take a lot of clever finagling to get to fuse down a single ethylene molecule, but I can probably do that. The only problem is if I send another, I'm going to go all the way up to 64, and I don't want to go to 64. So let's see, 48, so I need just either 1 carbon atom or 6 hydrogens. And I get the feeling that 6 hydrogens is probably going to be the easier one to do. Now, unfortunately, I am going to need to reserve a sensor reactor to act as the piloting control. So we are going to have to incorporate some kind of control for when we fire the phase laser. Not to mention, this reactor is going to have to be built to be very smart to be able to create xenon in between every two halves of a sigma pseudobenzene. So really quick, let's write that down. So this guy, need to actually place the hydrogens. No, don't connect to the sigma. Please connect to the carb. Gosh, I can't. There we go. Okay. Okie dokie. Pretty complex setup, but I think I can do this. I mean, I could also build this, like, flipped upright if I need to. So, actually, you know what, let's set it up like that, because I believe that will be easier to do. And that does actually give the laser reactor something to do more beyond just sticking two molecular halves back together. Okay. Again, start at the top, work our way down. blue, you call in the omega pseudoethylene. Cut away the bonds. Then I want you to grab and this should do. Red, on blue's command, you are to take the freed up omega atom and just chuck it out of psi. Maybe restart blue pretty early on. With the omega cleared, I can just connect all the hydrogens up to the carbon. Send it out. Alright, that should be that reactor all done. What the? Did I? Oh. There we go. Alrighty. Let's put them in this sort of configuration. And just so that this bonder doesn't feel left out, he can be with all of his friends. It'll be fine. Kind of similar to what the first reactor does, where it calls in the methane, cuts away the bond, grabs this particular hydrogen, and just drops it there for now. He will wake up blue. Blue's job is to take the carbon and sneak it out. Red has to do this to move the first hydrogen out of the way, and I'm not rebonding because otherwise the carbon would reconnect to some of the hydrogen. So now Red, your job is to just clear away the hydrogen gas. Here we go. Now then, this reactor. How about we do things in stages, shall we? You can be over there and out of the way, but still with your bonders. I don't know why I'm, giving these things like emotions, but okay. Red calls in a carbon. Let's just say he goes ahead and starts blue straight away. Put the carbon down over here. And then wait. Blue. You are to... yeah, right here is good. Call in the sigma ethylene and cut it in half. Grab the first. Actually, let's nudge this up just the tiniest bit so that it doesn't interfere later. Cut out these bonds. Wake red up. Red grabs, drops bonds and releases. Although, no, yeah, he does have to go back around because I need another carbon for the second sigma. That's right. Blue. Your job is to just create the double bond between them now. And sure, we'll just nudge this over a little bit so you don't have to run over and come back a square. Oh, I do need a sync command to make blue wait, though. And he is... oh boy. There? Yeah, that should do. Right, and then he just reuses the whole process just for the other side of the sigma, and this flip-flop are good when to go back to start. Let's just knock this reactor down really quick. Let's say... let's use a control lock. So... yeah, let's actually put the thruster controls to C and D. Their job is very simple. If I want to move one way, red sends the hydrogen that way. If I want to move the other, blue sends the hydrogen to the other. There we go. Now for the tough reactor. Oh boy. I know I have been recording for 20 minutes, but this is the final boss. I think if any boss deserves a longer episode, it's definitely this guy. So... the difficult task here is going to be getting everything done with just these two bonders. How about some kind of counting system to get blue to automatically flip to compressing the ethylene down to make xenons? So we needed 6 hydrogen atoms, so that would be 3 ethylenes. Okay. And let's actually make sure to put the laser somewhere where blue's going to have a lot of room to maneuver. Actually, I think I can build this upright. So, again, just to help me remember. Everything like this. There we go. Alright, so I think I want the laser either here or here. And what would actually be really nice is to have 3 bonders up and aligned like this. Again, because I'm feeling, I don't know, friendly today. All the bonders can stay, even though this lower one is never going to do anything. So, actually, no, he can do something, and he actually will be quite helpful. But, anyway. Blue. I want you to grab it by this carbon. You're to lift the ethylene up. Go across 2 fuse commands, which will slowly fuse away the 2 hydrogen below it. Here you shall rotate. Break away the double bond. Leave it there, and tell Red that he's clear to slot in the middle of it. Let's just program up Red really quick because he's going to be very simple. There we go. Actually, I don't really think I need to tell him to wait. Well, I might. Actually, yeah, I probably will, because it's going to take a while for this Sigma carbon pair to come through. So, blue will have to wait. And I'll actually have red's restart sync be right here, because it'll take blue a while to get the ethylene molecule up to that point. Now, after 3 times, I'm going to want him to process 3 ethylene molecules. Right, 1632, yeah, 1632-48, okay. So, 1, 2 flip-flops, set up in my special little, that's the caps lock button. Oops, am I still recording? Yeah, it looks like I'm still recording. Okay. Phew. Just wanted to make sure caps lock wasn't mapped to something else on OBS. Alright, so this will make blue switch to a second loop. Now, I will have to get creative here because these 2 fuse commands are kind of off limits, because otherwise he might get stuck on his old loop. So, actually I want to move red's second sync here just so that all of these half sigma pseudoethylene or pseudobenzene molecules are out of the reactor, and blue has as much space as possible to work in. Grab by the carbon. Let's do fuse. And spin yourself around. How am I going to get the lower hydrogens fused in now? Because I want to fuse the carbons in last, because then because otherwise I'd have hydrogen floating around in the reactor, and I don't want that. So, instead, let's say let's move these commands over a fair distance. Now you're going to be holding on to the other side of the molecule because you did flip it 180 degrees but off center. So to reuse that fuse command, and then just put another one here. And let's move the rotate command out of the way so we can just go over. Oh wait. No, I think I will need this. Again, I am not testing because I want to, you know, see how this thing works on camera and not bog down the creation process, but if you're playing this on your own at home, I definitely recommend testing as you build just to make sure that things are working right. Finally, the carbons are fused in. You grab the xenon? Oh. Ooh, I don't want to grab it just yet, do I? Because the first time through it's not going to be a xenon. Oh wait, I can have Red do a little bit more work. Okay. Now I am going to have to make blue run all the way back around because there's so many turns on this track. But that is okay, because I don't think we won't be needing to fire the phasing laser that often. So... do want him to re-enter the second loop at this point, not this point, so he can't... so he doesn't actually exit it. Need space for 2 more flip-flops. At the end of which needs to be a sink. Is there really no better place to go back into the other loop? Or to restart this loop, I mean? Not really, actually. So, what if I scoot these arrows around a little bit? Like, flip-flop here, flip-flop here. Actually, I might be rotating the wrong way. But if I have just one rotate command here, I actually can reuse this fuse command. Fuse the carbon that is hopefully underneath blue into the forming xenon atom, and then fuse the one he's holding on to before going back around. The great thing about this is that I can have flip-flop pointing this way, I have one pointing this way. Let's just reuse this arrow, and then sync to tell Red that the xenon is complete. He grabs it. Now, I will need to lock him in place, and I do believe I have controls C and D mapped to the thrusters, so A and B are free to use. Actually, he can put it down, it's just I just want him to stop, or to not actually release it yet. Let's just leave it mapped to Control A, because why not? And then let's see, output Omega, and one sync to get blue to move off of this one, and then we start successfully. Alright. Final reactor at, I believe, 44 minutes maybe? This guy does not have a lot of work to do. Red can be the one to go first. Blue goes second. And has to maneuver around a little bit carefully to avoid slamming the molecule he's holding onto into the reactor sides or to the piece that Red put down. In one last act of cooperation, they will forge the two double bonds holding the sigma pseudobenzene together. Blue can go ahead and go back to start, but I want Red to wait once more until I have fired the laser, because I don't want him moving the third half of sigma pseudobenzene and banging into it. So, again, not sure how long this episode is. I believe it's about 44 minutes. But let's see if I can't kill the final boss. So, Control A fires the xenon, and C pushes me to the left, and D will push me to the right. Alrighty. And let me just double check and make sure there's no other manual controls. Nope. Okay. So let's go at speed 2 just to make sure. Boy. Okay, I have blue spinning the wrong way. It's good to know. Ooh, the eyeballs blink. Ooh, that's creepy. These two are making omegas and hydrogen gas just fine. Oh, okay, that's good to know. Omegas build up, so I might have to put a storage tank up here. Okay. We have a sigma pseudobenzene in place, so let's start scooting to the... Uh-oh. Ooh, okay. Alright. The Phantom battleship doesn't do anything this early, so let's just go ahead and watch this reactor in particular to figure out why he's breaking. Eventually, a sigma carbon will bubble through. Any moment now. There it is. Okay, we've made beryllium. Made another carbon atom. Oh, that's why. Well, no, it shouldn't matter too much. Okay, let's see. Uses the oxygen, okay. Uses those, okay. Oh, alright. So, quickest fix would be to just pull all of these blue commands out more square. There we go. Now does it work? Let's go up to speed 3. Because we know it makes the half sigma pseudobenzene molecules just fine. Nope. Hang on just one quick second. I think I might have an easier way of doing things. Maybe. No. The idea was to just, rather than spinning this molecule again and going up and around and all this crazy nonsense, leave it in the orientation it is now, and then just go up and fuse and rotate around, you know, up here to reorient the carbons and whatnot, but I don't think that's going to work. I think I'm a little too tight for space up here, so... Oh, wait, yeah, what if I just spin it earlier? That should work. It probably will mess up this part, so I do want to watch it just a little bit more closely. And I think I am starting to encroach on the 1 hour mark. Yeah, it does. Okay. And actually, you know what? 2 things I want to do. One, I'll put a pause right here just to see how he's got the carbons oriented. Second, let's just go ahead and change blue's Control D to Control B just so that I can do it all with the hotkeys. Alright. And actually, that's perfect. Sweet. Now, get rid of that. And we should be able to fight this thing. Oh, right. I wanted to put a storage tank up here to hold on to the Omegas, because it doesn't actually load more once it's full. Alright. Let's actually float a little to the left. Oop. There we go. And how about we test out our fancy laser? Yeah. Oh, we fired an Omega missile. We're already holding this stinker in place. Boom. Okay, can I fire my thrusters in another direction? Oh, looks like we hit it again. Hell, let's just laser him again. Why not? I said laser? Wait. Oh, no. There we... Uh-oh. A barium? What atomic number is barium? It was like BA, wasn't it? Barium. Germanium. Oh, there it is. 56. Okay, are you messing up again? Oh boy, I don't know how to watch for that. One thing I would... no, let's just start fighting again, actually. Now, oh, nope, forgot, I'm only allowed to push that once the Xenon is actually ready to go. Yeah, let's keep following it. Keep him locked on. Okay, so we have Xenon already, so let's quickly fire it. I don't think we actually phase locked it, but that's okay. More importantly, I want to watch what happens here. Oh, shoot. Okay. Wait, no, I think that's okay. Well, we'll know for sure if there's more than one or two... No, now what's going on? Okay, these guys are getting offset somehow. Could have sworn though that, yeah, this sync releases red to move the Xenon into place. Blue goes to here. So I need a sync here. to make blue restart while red goes up and starts waiting again, right? You know what, let's make a xenon really quick. And just double check the state of all these flip-flops just to make sure that nobody's off kilter. Okay. And yep. Oh, that's why red's stuck on this sink. Okay, so I think if I move this sync command over to this spot right here, that should resolve the issues. Alrighty, let's try this again. Let's follow him. This is a fairly complex boss level, so not surprised that some things are breaking a little bit. I'm a little bit worried about this buildup of Omega. It is phase locking. No, you don't. I think I missed it. Dang it. Let's... Nope. Oh, wait. Okay, it actually looks like the Phantom battleship vanishes whenever a missile gets close to it. So we will probably want to freeze him in place as soon as possible. Where'd he go? Well, at least I blew up, no, other way. I blew up an asteroid that was heading for me. Oh, come on, I know you're there. I can see the laser stopping. I know you're there. Nope. Okay, there you are, you all. Uh-oh. System is plugged. Let's see, this guy can't get any more methane because this guy can't export any more sigma carbons. We do have a xenon in place though, so maybe I can free things up. Just a quick... There we go. Okay, systems seem to return to normal. Can I freeze him again immediately and just keep him from ever moving? Looks like I can. Cool. Come on now, just hold together. Might have to put down a lot of storage tanks. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put down some more storage tanks. Okay. Well, did not think the game would get derailed by something like pipe overflow. Alright. One storage tank there. And can I squeeze one into here? Maybe? I totally can. There we go. Alright, now with all this extra space, again, hopefully should be able to beat this thing. Let's follow him. And just start stun locking him as best we can. Xenon. Do I really have to, like, hit him dead center or something? To get him to not phase away? Dang it, you. Yep, dang it. I was spamming the fire laser button. Alright, let's just try this again, I guess. I think I might just have to, like, peg him right in the middle, or right on, like, this kind of front bow part. Yeah. Red is a almost annoyingly small hitbox to try and snag him with. And I have a feeling he's going to start moving backwards, so let's go to right about there. Yeah, I think whenever he senses that I shoot a missile, he just hides. Looks like I did blow something up, so maybe he phased back in on top of the missile, hopefully. Where are you? Where are you? Come on now. I don't think I can lock him when he's invisible already. Mainly because I just don't know where he is. Alright, there he is. Nope, wrong way. Alright, I think I'm gonna launch another missile before I have a chance to phase lock him. No, 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 no. Oh, come on! Unfortunately, these storage tanks seem to have upped the capacity, but I still feel like I'm on a bit of a time limit. Nope. Laser reactor was not ready to fire. Alright. Take 3. If I don't get it this time, I will probably just cut ahead to when I actually have this guy locked and I'm starting to wail on him, so... cross your fingers. I cannot catch him this first time, can I? Where'd you go? This does feel like perhaps not the most efficient way to kill this guy. Just constantly firing missiles, but... Here he is. Oh, you sneaky little bastard. You know what? I will take the hit if it means I can catch you. There we go. Come on, let's get another laser rigged up. Yeah, gotcha now. Just vent some hydrogen and free up a little bit of space. I'm thrusting the hydrogen out of the... Okay. Thrusters are acting just a little bit wonky. Can I not? Oh. Well, no wonder I'm using the wrong thruster. It was my own fault. No, I think if it starts to phase, I just can't lock it until it's shown up again. Dang it. Alright, you know, sneaky thing, where'd you go? There you are. Uh-oh, and I am full on Omega. Yep, I have overfilled on Omega. Okay, well, that's a little bit of a problem. I am getting far more Omega than I actually need. One thing that might help is, what if I were to tie... Can I even get the pipes around? I don't know if I can actually, so never mind. The idea was to put the hydrogen output from the missile part of the equation into the thrusters, and have the hydrogen coming from the sigma ethylene go up into the missile launcher. But I don't think that'll actually work. I really hope this level does not require me to stop and think again. Or, you know, cut to a whole nother episode, and I think I've already kind of flipped this attempt by going in the wrong direction right off the bat. No, I think I'm getting him, like, the very same cycle he starts to hide. You know what, I'm sure I can catch him this first time. Come on, laser. No, maybe I do have to hit him on, like, the little command point right there. Starting to press the wrong controls. Alright, if I don't lock him on this first laser shot, then I definitely will just go ahead and cut to whenever he gets... You know, I start catching him. I really would, like, rather not cut at all with the final boss, but yeah, if he's gonna keep being annoying like this, I don't want to keep showing you guys the same start to the fight over and over and over again, so we'll be back once I've got him caught. Okay, guys. For... can't even tell you what time. I think we're back. Okay. Okay. Nearly lost it then. Would have had to start all over one more time. But I think I got him. Yeah, this is like maybe the 12th time I've tried to bring the episode back, only for the level 2 error or break or something happens, makes me start all over again. I overflow on Omega even though I've got so many storage tanks, although admittedly I haven't overflowed yet with the 3rd storage tank, but the simple fact that I need 3 storage tanks for 1 output should kind of tell you give you a little bit of an idea of what I've been dealing with. I'm sorry, I'm trying not to sound annoyed, but it's just literally every single time, apart from maybe once, when I've tried to bring the episode back from this gigantic cut I'm going to have to make, it feels like within 10 seconds something's broken and I have to start all over again trying to catch this guy in the loop. So, I've made quite a few modifications. I'm talking very gently and slowly and trying to make sure that something doesn't go wrong while I try to commentate. Made quite a few modifications since the cut started. I don't even care that I bumped into an asteroid. As you'll see, up at the top, like I said, I've got 3 storage tanks holding Omega. That's hopefully going to be enough space to fire enough rockets. Although if asteroids keep spawning from directly behind him like they keep doing, I don't think that's going to work. Down in the laser reactor, I have actually changed it so that red no longer restarts when I fire the laser. Instead, he just runs constantly, but I've used the chemical sensor to hold him in place when there's a full-sized sigma pseudobenzene or whatever the hell that molecule is called. Stop with the asteroids from directly behind him. I can't beat him if you keep doing this, game. Maybe it's like programmed to do that. Like if I keep locking him in place, maybe it's programmed to just keep throwing asteroids. I don't know. But basically I've got a limited number of shots to kill this thing with. And I don't know if I'm going to have enough. Just because these asteroids keep getting in the way. Let's see if maybe launching one from over here will do it. Maybe, no, I think that new asteroid is going to stop it. Oh gosh, get back in place, get back in place, get back in place, get back in place. Whew, just caught him, okay. I don't think this is going to be the time either. I really don't. I think these asteroids are just going to keep getting in the way, taking the hits for him. At least I know I can keep him locked in place. It's just a matter of... I swear, Rocket, if you veer and hit the asteroid instead, I am going to be very annoyed. Nope, okay, I hit him. Thank goodness. Now, one of the kind of annoying quirks with this design for this level is that I have to keep dancing the ship to the left and to the right to keep everything going, just because of how I've got all these reactors interdependent on one another. Stupid asteroids, stop! Please! Ooh, that was actually pretty close. I accidentally tried to fire the laser instead of moving like I wanted to. No, enough with the asteroids, please. Come on, hit the ship instead. Hit the ship instead. No, it hit the asteroid. Of course it did. Yes, thank you. Gosh, I'm sorry if I'm turning quiet, but I don't want to commentate too much only to find out that this run isn't going to kill it either. So, yeah, let's freeze him again. Keep inching to the left, and hopefully the missile will avoid the asteroid. Pretty please. Pretty please. Nope. How did that blow up the asteroid? It was so far to the side. I know I can keep him stun locked. It's just a matter of the game not constantly chucking asteroids from directly behind it. And what's particularly annoying is that well, this is like the 4th attempt where it's just constantly thrown asteroids from directly behind this enemy ship. But beyond that, I've noticed that these asteroids are randomly generated. They are coming along just in completely random spacing and intervals and, you know, everything. So, you know what? Nope. I'm done. I'll record the actual killing of this guy later because it's going to be a cut anyway, but this is just stupid. I gotta take a break. Hello there, everybody. So, as I may or may not have edited in, because I'm honestly not sure how I'm doing this, this part of the video is recorded on another night. Several nights later, in fact, because, to be completely honest, I was so salty and after rage quitting from this boss that I just needed a little more than a day's worth of time away from it. Now, this time, I promise you, well, I shouldn't say that because it's very possible that it will be just as annoying tonight as it was last night, but the next time I come back from a cut will be when that thing blows up. Because you guys have probably seen more than enough of this fight to understand what's going on, to be completely frank. But what this does do is it gives me an opportunity to try and go over the features that I didn't enunciate very well when I was struggling to kill it. So, right now off the top of my head, along the Omega's pipeline, I have 3 storage tanks just to help contain all of the excess Omega that I'm going to be producing, because quite frankly that is putting more or less a time limit on the time I can fight with this boss, because I will only have a limited number of shots before the Omega's back up, this reactor stops working, and consequently the entire system will just shut down. I don't believe I've messed with either of these two guys. I added a couple of tanks to help hold a lot of the intermediate parts that are going to be produced far in excess of the amount I need. I did tweak this guy. I got rid of its manual control that tied it to the firing mechanism, and instead have it set up so that if there's a sigma pseudobenzene that has not been converted into a laser, red will just ping back and forth with the first half of the next molecule until the area is clear. So this way red can never collide with the sigma pseudobenzene and cause the system to crash. Over here, pretty sure that this guy is just the same. But when I was watching the footage back, I realized that now that the laser reactor is no longer tied to the firing mechanism, I can leave it on right at the beginning, and hopefully, if I'm lucky, that first laser shot will actually be able to catch the Phantom battleship before my first missile goes off. Because I noticed a couple things about its behavior. One, it doesn't matter where I hit it with the locking laser. If I catch it with the laser, it's locked in place for however many cycles. The problem is that the moment a missile fires, if it's not locked, it will start to fade away. And the very moment it starts to fade, it becomes utterly impervious to the locking laser. I can't stop it from phasing away. So, if I truly want to use every last shot I have to catch it before it phases away for the first time. So, whereas in the bit where you may or may not have seen where I rage quit, I just kind of sat in the middle and waited for it to show up, waited for it to come back around so that I could blast it with the locking laser when the system was kind of plugged up. This time, I might try chasing it a little and catching it that way. Not really sure Actually, can I squeeze... No, I don't think I can squeeze one more storage tank into the Omega line. Okay, well, like I said, I'm gonna cut here, and we'll just see how things turn out. Okay, guys. Hopefully this doesn't jinx me, but I think I've got him. I did make one quick tweak. I moved this super bonder reactor down just so I could make this pipe longer. That way, the laser would absolutely for sure outspeed the first missile that I shot. So I have caught this guy from the very moment it was first possible. And so far, none of the asteroids have decided to show up from directly behind him, which was the bane of my existence the last time I tried to fight this guy. I killed him! Yes! Oh, in your horrible eldritch face. So glad you are dead. Oh. Oh gosh, this feels so much better after the abysmal time I had fighting this guy a few nights ago. I killed him. Game, what are you doing? Oh, okay. Well, challenge complete. Finish the game. I did it. Oh gosh, this feels so nice. I've gotten my vengeance. Ah. And here are the credits. They don't auto-scroll. You have to click. So I'll try my best to not go past anything for anybody that's interested in the story. But here we go. This is credits, epilogue, whatever you want to call it. This is what you get when you finally blow up that stupid battleship. Wow, I'm honestly kind of lost for words. I'm not this. Oh, I think I might have passed some. I'm sorry. I'm gonna leave it here for a moment just while I try and think. Yeah, so that was the story mode to SpaceChem. Don't get me wrong, I do like that final boss. I love how I love how much more in-depth it is than all the other bosses. How you're literally, you're not just handed a spaceship, given the controls, and say, okay, now go fight it. It's up to you to make the controls for your spaceship. I really love that. Oh, well, there's the end of the epilogue, I guess. And there are the credits. Hey, let me just kind of tuck the mouse out of the way. Yeah, for as salty as I was when I rage quit, it was... I feel a little bad about it, but saying that it was tired, or I was tired, it was late, that feels like it's a bit of an excuse. But, honestly, I really was quite mad at the game, and I'm going to try and not do that from now on. I mean, can't guarantee it, but in that particular instance, it got the better of me, so... I'm all scatterbrained. I'm so excited that I managed to beat it, and I'm not going to have to, shove this crowning, great achievement off to some other episode. And it's dawning on me that I actually forgot to mark down on my phone clock when I should bring the episode back, so I'm going to have to figure that out. But, yeah, so that was the storyline to SpaceChem. I really hope you guys enjoy it, because I really quite like it. But that does not mean the series is over. We still have this DLC pack up here. We have these special Steam levels down here. And I'm not quite sure which way or which order I want to do these in. Yeah, I don't know. I'll decide off camera. But I also want to go into ResearchNet and show off a few little extras that SpaceChem still has that weren't really revealed during the story. Actually, why don't we check the challenges page? Did I miss? Yeah, I missed some. Complete nothing works in 1,000 or fewer cycles. Complete no thanks necessary on Alkanost in 2,200 or fewer cycles. This one I remember drove me crazy, because I kept getting like 2204 and 2206, and it was... and complete no ordinary headache on Alkanost using one reactor. I might make another video in which I collect all 3 of these challenges. I don't know if that will happen in time with the rest of these videos, or if it'll be something that I'll record and throw up onto YouTube at a later date. I might just, you know, time-lapse through the construction process and just show the final, the final designs on camera for each of these challenges, in case you guys yourselves are having a little bit of difficulty getting them. Trying to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. I don't think I am. If obviously if something else occurs to me, I will edit it in while I'm editing, obviously. But yeah, so with that, the story mode of SpaceChem is complete, and we're off to the bonuses next. So, with all of that, in spite of my rage quit, thank you all so much for watching this. I really hope you all have had a great time, and I really hope you all have a great day. I'm forgetting the order to my outro. Oh, dear me. I'm just so excited. Okay, try again. Thank you all so much for watching. Really hope you had a great time. Really hope you all have a great day. And I will see you all in the next one. Farewell for now.